April of 2022.
Kennedy reiterated that the United States wanted a war with Russia and said that the Russians were already withdrawing troops from Ukraine in 2022, but Biden's decision disrupted the talks between Kyiv and Moscow. In April 2022, President Biden sent Boris Johnson to Ukraine to force President Zelensky to break the peace agreement he and Russia had already signed. This agreement would have brought peace to the region, Kennedy Jr. said at a rally in Arizona. Biden said the goal of the war is regime change in Russia, and Defense Secretary Austin said the goal is to deplete the Russian army. These goals are not related to the defense of Ukraine's sovereignty, Robert Kennedy Jr. said in the United States.
April of 2022, President Biden sent Boris Johnson to Ukraine to force President Zelensky to tear up a peace agreement that he and the Russians had already signed, and the Russians were withdrawing troops from Kiev and Donbass and Lugansk. And that peace agreement would have brought peace to the region and would have allowed Donbass and Lugansk to remain part of Ukraine. President Biden stated that month that his objective in the war was regime change in Russia. His Defense Secretary, Lloyd Austin, simultaneously explained that America's purpose in the war was to exhaust the Russian army, to degrade its capacity to fight anywhere else in the world. These objectives, of course, have nothing to do with what they were telling Americans about protecting Ukraine's sovereignty.